Hey fam, Unk here from Shoot to Win. With the influx of so many people going out to get their firearms, and many of them brand new shooters, I felt it was important to go over some basic firearms fundamentals. With that being said, today's video, the 4 rules of firearm safety. Number 1, treat every firearm as if it were loaded. In the presence of any firearm, whether you happen to walk upon one on the street, whether you're at your local gun range or local gun store, treat every firearm as if it were loaded. Even if you see the person work the action and show you that it's empty, ultimately it's your responsibility to make sure that that firearm is rendered safe. Rule number 2, never point a gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. As firearm instructors, we tell people all the time, when you have that firearm in your hand, pretend that there's a laser coming out of the end. Anything that laser covers, it'll destroy. Don't point this weapon at anything or anyone you're not willing to destroy. Again, ultimately, it's your responsibility. Rule number 3, keep your finger off the trigger until it's ready to fire. Once you've made your decision to fire, that's the only time you should have your finger on that trigger. Other than that, make sure you're holding the weapon in this fashion. It's called indexing. Your index fingers along the top strap, well outside of the trigger well and away from the trigger. There are 2 ways to avoid a negligent discharge. This is one of them, and that's the other. And number 4, be sure of your target and what's behind it. When you've made the decision to fire, make sure you know what you're shooting at. Make sure you've properly identified your target. What's around it, what's behind it, all of those things. Again, it's your responsibility. You don't want to get into a shooting situation and find out, hey, the person didn't have a gun, it was a phone, it was a can of beer, or it was nothing in their hand. Again, the ultimate responsibility is yours. With these tips in mind, stay safe. First responders out there, thank you for all you do. Big shout out. Everybody else, when you shoot, shoot to win.